and welcome. You're watching NewsX and I'm Megha Sharma. The draft electoral rolls for Karnataka have been published as part of the ongoing special intensive revision of the voters list, with citizens now entering a month-long claims and objections process. Around 4.46 crore voters are expected to feature in the draft rolls, while about 1.89 crore names, which is roughly 19% from the existing electoral list, have been placed in the absent, shifted, duplicate, dead and others category following the 49-day door-to-door enumeration exercise that ended on 17th of August. After the claims, objections, hearings and appeals are completed, the final electoral rolls are scheduled to be published on 27th of October this year. Let's start our conversation. I'm being joined by Mohan Krishna, BJP spokesperson. Mohan Krishna, with regards to the SIR of the electoral rolls that has been initiated, the draft electoral rolls have been published. Do you think it is going to be largely acceptable for the political class, which is the ruling party, the ruling dispensation, the Congress, to be acceptable of the final electoral rolls that are going to be presented by the Election Commission?
Very good evening, Megha Sharma. Total SIR exercise has taken place in a very different manner in Karnataka this time. That is the reason why the opposition Congress people did not sound much about the SIR. Even after this statistics which has been given today, even on that, there is no much of a noise from the opposition side. That is not on BJP, I am talking of the opposition India Alliance. Whereas when SIR happened in rest of the places in India, there was always a question mark about the Election Commission's conduct and the government's interference and the way in which it has been conducted in all other states also. Look, there is a huge difference this time around SIR which has happened in Karnataka. There are two things which I have to mention very categorically to you. The first thing is, there were BLOs and there were BLAs. 90,000 BLAs were allotted by the Election Commission to be appointed by the party, respective party, political parties. Out of which, why the Congress is mum this time in Karnataka is because they have taken advantage and they have done in a manner in which it should not have been done, with around 60,000 BLAs have been given to by the Congress party alone, restricting the other parties to participate as a BLAs. This is one.
Second, in such a situation as you claim it to be, is the BJP, which is in opposition in the state of Karnataka, going to oppose the electoral roll SIR process that is currently taking place?
I am coming to that point only. The second issue, even in my house, these BLOs, nobody has come, and you can imagine the way in which the exercise has taken place.
Okay.
The concerned BLAs of the Congress, they have done it in the respective Congress workers' houses. The forms were available in plenty.
Okay, I got your point. But I am so at this point of time, the BJP is clearly opposing the SIR that has been conducted, the draft electoral rolls is something that is not acceptable to the BJP, as Mohan Krishna has put it. I am also being joined by
Please leave me to
Shatabish. I'll come to you, Mohan Krishna. Let me also get in others as well. I have to equally allocate the time to all the panelists in the conversation. Shatabish Shivana, Congress spokesperson on the telecast as well. Shatabish, what is the reason that the Congress, who has been up in arms, has been shouting from the rooftops that the SIR conducted across the country, whether it is Bihar or Haryana or Maharashtra, has been unjust, has been unfair, and suddenly there is not a peep from the Congress when the SIR is being conducted in Karnataka by the Election Commission. So are you at this point of time accepting that the Election Commission is doing a fair job of conducting these electoral rolls SIR?
At all. That is the answer. And who is saying that we are not creating enough noise? The Congress party has written to the Election Commission of India. The Chief Secretary through the government of Karnataka has written to the Election Commission. There are civil groups who are writing to the Election Commission. We have a huge problem with the opaqueness of the process. We are not opposed to cleaning electoral
Maybe your message is not coming across. Maybe your PR exercise is not as good as it was when the Haryana elections and the Bihar elections and the Maharashtra elections took place.
See, we have been opposing it since day one, and we are opposing it even in Karnataka, but we are not going to sit silent and not jump onto the wagon. Right now, the Supreme Court has directed the parties or the Election Commission of India to conduct the process. Now, we can't stay silent. The Congress party, well in advance, trained our booth level workers. We conducted programs as to how this process must happen and how we must implement it on the ground. But the fact of the matter is, the Election Commission of India today faces a crisis of credibility, competence, and public confidence of its own making. Right, this is an institution that is supposed to be the neutral referee of Indian democracy, but increasingly every controversy forces citizens to ask whether this referee is truly independent of the players on the field. And when an election commission communication actually circulates carrying a seal of the BJP unit, you may remember Kerala, you have reached a rather extraordinary stage. There are some institutions where even the appearance of partisanship is unacceptable, right? And you have the issue of Prakash Raj, you have the issue of multiple other persons, innocent citizens whose votes are being deleted. And the delicious irony with which I have to mention is the Congress has raised these questions, the Karnataka government has raised these questions, civil groups have raised these questions, and now even the BJP and the JDS in Karnataka have complained about the fairness and implementation of the SIR. So perhaps this is the first achievement of the Karnataka SIR.
But the BJP, as Mohan Krishna has been saying, has been claimed that the questions are being asked of the Congress, that the BLAs were majorly of the Congress party who were on the ground when the SIR was being conducted. There were a number of people, as has been the example put by Mohan Krishna. He himself has not got the form to fill when the SIR exercise was being conducted. What do you have to say to that?
So perhaps this is the first achievement of the Karnataka SIR. It has brought the Congress and the BJP onto the same stage. At the center, the BJP says the SIR is sacred. But in Karnataka, they are saying, sir, please investigate the SIR. If even the champions of the exercise are complaining about the exercise, perhaps it is time that the Election Commission stopped giving interviews and started giving answers.
Okay.
Every political party has an issue.
Okay. Mohammed Amin, ex-Election Commission member on the telecast with me. Mohammed Amin, questions being raised against this SIR procedure that is being carried out in Karnataka by the Election Commission. You've heard what the Congress has to say, you've heard what the BJP has to say. Do you think political parties, and particularly in such a situation, BJP is selective in criticizing and questioning the Election Commission and its fairness in conducting the SIR, depending on which side of the political spectrum it sits? Particularly in this instance, in BJP in the opposition, in Congress in the government.
Megha, actually, we have worked with the Election Commission of India a long time, I'm going to tell you about this time the SIR. SIR happened in other state also. Like Bengal, they have always hue and cry. What they in the last, this is by the Supreme Court of India, what they have given the verdict. This is the under Article 324, the right of the Election Commission of India to revise their vote and their conduct their revision. Nobody can stop it. Okay? Listen, 5.5 crore voters are there, and KPCC says that 1.8 crore are the absent, shifted, dead, duplicate, or one of the. So, see, after 1 month, there is a revision, a draft list is there up to 17 September. And after that, we are going to finalize list October 19. This is done by the 2002 last SIR. And the same process is repeated now after the opposition leader, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, has mentioned when we have the Delhi election and we have the Haryana election, in the Maharashtra election. So many voters are deleted from the opposition parties and included lakhs of votes from the BJP to their list in Maharashtra. So that's why the Election Commission has think over it and then decided for the SIR. This was done in 2002 and 4. So that's why they repeated. So this is the process. The process is the same as the other we have. So this is the problem now. And
no, but we need to understand, because the Supreme Court, the Election Commission also got a rap from the Supreme Court earlier on, questioning about these stringent rules, the number of documents that the Election Commission has asked people to present before being included in the electoral roll. In fact, an example of it, Navdeep Suri, who's the former diplomat, former ambassador of India to UAE, Egypt, Australia, he was struggling to find his name in the draft electoral roll, and he went on to say that if such an established, distinguished person who is an Indian citizen was finding it difficult to explain to the Election Commission authorities that he in fact is an Indian citizen, what would be the plight of the common people in India?
Madam, I do agree. I know I was in the foreign ministry also from 2004 to 2009-5, where I was on deputation in the Election Commission of India. I know that fellow. I am going to tell you, they are very careless fellows. Actually, this is not the duty of the only BLOs. The duty of the every voter to enroll himself. And there is an online process is also there. If they, and then Congress, the one fellow was telling starting point that they
so, but then do you think the Election Commission can afford to be irresponsible and careless at the cost of the votes of the people that may not get counted simply because of their oversight? As you mentioned, they are careless, they are irresponsible. I mean, you are at this point of time are deleting an entire citizen and depriving him of his franchise to cast his mandate simply because you overlooked the name.
Megha, if you want to listen it, then you can listen it. I know they are foreign diplomats also. I worked 5 years there. They think this is the right of their, no doubt their right to become a voter, but their duty also. Moral duty is there. The BLOs can do it. And this time, first time you can appreciate that Gyaneshan Kumar has decided to give the every party who is registered state and the center to two BLOs for to assist the BLO. Then the duty of our as an Indian citizen to roll ourselves as in online process. Somebody is telling that they have not given the form. Okay, they have not given form. I agree with you. But what is the online process? Online process you can enroll from anywhere, but need a complete documents also. This is not the duty of the BLO. They can submit their own form or their signature or their photograph, their mobile number, their address and their proof. So the duty of the voter is, you think it, the duty of the voter is, the voters is, they can assist to the BLO and BLS to submit the proper.
I'm also being joined by Advocate Harish. He is a member BPAC and parliamentary expert. Advocate Harish, what do you make of this situation on the ground in Karnataka, where BJP up until now had been the champion of the Election Commission's fairness and ruthlessness in terms of ensuring that every single voter was accounted for, was verified and re-verified and put in the electoral roll, and now they're turning around that because the Congress is in power in Karnataka, this exercise is not being conducted fairly.
Yeah, thank you, Megha, for having me on the show. And to all the co-panelists, I heard them. I'm not going into the political aspects of party affiliations here. See, one is three things I would like to make observation. One is basically, though it constitutionally SIR is being done, I would suggest that SIR may not be a necessity if electoral roll updation and registration of a voter or by a citizen in this country is a perennial process. This happens only as a seasonal activity for two reasons. One is understaffed, overstressed election commission. They have to beg, borrow from the local administration of the municipal corporation for staff. Okay, they have to beg with government school teachers to participate in this. They need to be strengthened with sufficient infrastructure, like how you have Aadhaar Kendras throughout the year operating. You should have election voter ID Kendras integrated with Aadhaar Kendras, so that along with the Aadhaar, or up to people who are above 18, they get their voter ID along with the Aadhaar. Or during the most of the time, it is better to have it through Aadhaar, because everybody has got Aadhaar and they are taking Aadhaar because they need it for various other purposes. But you see in the SIR form, okay, if you see in the SIR form, I have the form here, okay, Aadhaar, after the word Aadhaar in bracket it says optional, okay. But earlier, if you remember, they were saying we are integrating Aadhaar with the election voter ID, okay, and now 80% has been digitized. As the latest information by Anbu Kumar, I just saw him on the channel of Chandana news channel just now. This is one thing which I would suggest. There should be a throughout the year activity and not a seasonal activity, so that you don't need the necessity of having a SIR. One. Second, in SIR, what has happened? How the voter goes and submits Form 6 and gets himself registered. Okay, as a duty-bound citizen, the voters the family members of the deceased voter should intimate at the booth level officers, so that they get to know that somebody in their family has passed away, so that their name gets deleted. This should be a throughout the year process. Then every voter will have immediately when he takes death certificate, he'll go and get it done, because he's taking death certificate from the same municipal corporation, which is the booth level officer agency also in the city of Bangalore, for example. So you will be able to immediately do that as a duty bound citizen to get your deceased voter's name deleted. The other one, the next one, shifting. What is this? What they have done in this one is people who are absent, people who are dead, people who are shifted. This is see, there may be people who have shifted their residence, but they would like to vote in the same constituency. I'll give you an example in Jayanagar.
Fair enough, yes.
That
happens all the time.
I'll give you an example of 101 and VIPs in the city of Bangalore who vote in their hometown, including from the chief minister to former chief ministers, but they ordinarily reside in Bangalore. All your other records of these people are in Bangalore, but when their voter ID comes, they are voting in their area of constituency from where they are contesting. Okay, and if I am in Bangalore, if I have shifted my residence to some other place, okay, and the booth level officer won't come to me and say, I will do your SIR enumeration form. But that is being done with VIPs. You are showing them on channel. You see the booth level officer going to the ministers of residence and getting their enumeration done, though they are not having their voter ID in Bangalore. But this has been shown on the TV channels itself. I am saying this facility is not there for a common man.
Yeah. Okay.
I have a right to choose from where I would like to vote.
Okay, fair enough.
Why does the election commission or the booth level officers delete my name without my consent? Okay, I am the one who submits a form to register, so I will submit a form. If I don't want to be a voter in this area, I should submit a form and get myself shifted. But just because I am not available in that address today, okay, you have deleted the voter's name here. That should not happen.
But then do you think it should be because at the end of the day, with a country with such a massive population, we have also understood that the election commission is largely understaffed. It needs help of the political parties, their ground level workers. Should it not become the onus of the voter to inform the election commission agents, the authorities of any kind of changes that he may be going through, whether he has shifted from one home to another, whether he wants to shift his vote from one city to another, and so on and so forth. Or there may be deaths in the family, there may be people absent, and many other of these anomalies that happen. So you know, it works both ways as well, and perhaps an exercise of such a humongous size may not be able to be accomplished in just within I mean, it can be cyclical, it can happen, you know, organically over the course of the year, but is it practically possible is also a big question. I am going to once again bring in the BJP spokesperson Mohan Krishna. So Mohan Krishna, if the election commission has been doing a fair job of conducting the special intensive revision exercise in Maharashtra, where the BJP is in power, in Haryana, where the BJP is in power, in Bihar, where the BJP has come to power, in Bengal, where the BJP has come to power, then why are you suspicious of the election commission not being able to do its job in Karnataka, where the BJP is not in power? Okay, we have a network issue with Mohan Krishna. I am going to come back to Shaptabish Shivana. Again, Shaptabish, I do one question I have of you is that, like I said, you know, perhaps your PR exercise, your PR agency, your PR teams are not doing a good job of it, because when it was Kerala and Bengal and Haryana and all these states where the SIR exercise was being conducted, Rahul Gandhi was shouting from the rooftops, talking about how unjust and unfair and opaque this entire exercise has been. I mean, I have not seen him, it's not made headlines when the Karnataka SIR has been conducted, as simple as that.
No, I'm sorry that you haven't seen it, but the Congress party, the KPCC has...
It still hasn't made national headlines is all that I'm going to say.
Has written to the national headlines depends on news channels and studios like yourself. I don't think we get to decide that, but either which way, we have written to the Election Commission of India with 13 pointed questions that is unanswered. The Congress government has written to the Election Commission unanswered. Civil groups have written. All we are getting from the Election Commission is radio silence. I don't think this is a special intensive revision. This is a special intensive confusion on the ground. The clarity that Anbu Kumar or the Chief Electoral Office of Karnataka has in press interviews, that clarity is not translated to the ground. Right? And according to me, the Election Commission has enormous constitutional power. And with that power comes an even greater obligation of clarity, of competence, transparency and neutrality. You clean the rolls. None of us have a problem with it. Remove the dead, remove the duplicates, correct the genuine shifting, investigate genuine illegality. But remember, the order in which the democracy works. First comes the citizen, then comes the electoral roll, then comes the Election Commission, and not the other way around. And somebody was mentioning the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court has upheld the ECI's power to conduct an SIR. Absolutely. We are not coming in the way of that. But the Supreme Court also recognized something extremely important. There is a presumption operating in favor of an elector whose name is already on the roll. Here we have 1.08 crore people who have just been deleted. And a very important issue as a lawyer, I will tell you, where is the appellate mechanism? The time fixed by the Election Commission is 2 months to decide on that 1.08 crore persons whose names have been deleted or removed from the draft roll. And do you think you will be able to adjudicate those many applications within a time span of 2 months? It is impossible. We have a sterling example in front of our eyes, that is West Bengal. There were several lakhs and the adjudicating authority only decided on a few thousands. And now you were rightly mentioning, there is a Prakash Raj, someone who actually contested the 2019 Lok Sabha election from Bangalore Central, finding himself removed from the list. See, forget Prakash Raj the actor. If a former parliamentary candidate has to publicly ask what happened to his electoral status, then imagine a Lakshmamma in the village, a Rajamma in another village, an elderly pensioner, or a migrant worker who happened to be at work when the BLO arrived. It is impossible. We are still challenging the entire SIR process and the Election Commission of India for their lack of clarity. But now, what do we have to do? We have to jump the bandwagon and probably give the people of Karnataka, the citizens of Karnataka, their best chance at legal defense. And the Congress party is purely committed in doing that. We have assisted the SIR by deploying our BLAs. We are also assisting the citizens in acquiring documents if they need any. We are assisting them to the best of our ability. Now it is for the Election Commission of India to come clean.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much, Shatabish, for joining me on the telecast, sharing your views. I thank my other panelists also for being with us and speaking to us on NewsX. I am out of time and I thank my viewers for watching us.